It's a very high-profile project that we worked on in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, specifically up at Tysons Corner, where we were trying to connect a mall, the Tysons Corner Mall, with a brand new 32-story residential high-rise and a 26-story commercial building. And it was a plaza that was built over a 4-lane highway. So the restrictions on how you could erect and when you could erect in the most highly trafficked corridor in the United States, which is that Washington, D.C. corridor right there at the Beltway, you could only erect between the hours of 10 at night and 6 in the morning. The highway had to be open during the day. And then the factors came in that the girders that we were erecting were 140 tons. 6.5-inch thick flanges, 3-inch thick webs, 7 feet tall. So they could only erect one girder a night. It had to be stabilized. The cranes would have to be moved off the roadway, and there were 2 cranes. It was 2 crane erections. There was a lot of underground subjugate that we had to miss. There was underground parking garage that had to be missed, and every night the crane had to move to a different placement. So when you're trying to pick up 140 tons and you have limited space between 2 buildings, when I say limited space, roughly 6 inches over that 140 feet, those girders had to be choreographed into place. It was very critical of where those cranes were placed, whether they were placed properly, and whether the steel was within the limit states of the 2 cranes that were being used. One crane, a 300-ton crawler, which was used to place the major 140-ton girders, and then a 250-ton link belt, which was used to do the infill to stabilize each night before the cranes were moved off the road. So that sequence of crane placement, the critical crane path diagrams that had to be developed for that job, say this is exactly each night where the cranes had to be moved to allow us to erect that project, was the starting event of the SDS2 Erector station.